The fun story would be that Disney was just appalled at everything. He was never going to let us do anything.
Ryan Reynolds is furious, caught in a whirlwind of controversy with Disney over Deadpool. Marvel's in a panic as tensions soar. What's going to happen next?
I'm the Messiah. I am Marvel Jesus.
Over the past 5 years, their stories haven't been exciting, and some people say they're getting worse. They've been talking a lot about ideas like woke agenda and other stuff that makes some fans scratch their heads. And guess what's happening behind the scenes at Disney? It's not all fairy tales and magic. The big boss, Bob Iger, who's been in charge, is stepping down by 2026. This big change is shaking things up at Disney. Now let's talk about Ryan Reynolds, the actor we all love as Deadpool. He's in the middle of a big fight with Disney's top bosses.
Be the first to watch at home October 1st.
Who's ready? I was born ready.
Usually, they decide what happens in movies, but this time Ryan is pushing back. He wants to do something really cool with Deadpool and Wolverine in a new movie. But there's a problem. Some people at Disney want to change Ryan's ideas. And today, we're going to find out why execs are arguing. Ryan Reynolds isn't just a hero in movies, he's a real-life hero behind the scenes too. Ryan told Disney's big bosses loud and clear that he's not going to let them mess up the Deadpool and Wolverine movies. He wants these movies to be just perfect, and why not? When you go to see a movie like Deadpool, you're there for more than just the popcorn. You want the thrilling action, the laughs, and all the cool Deadpool sass that Ryan is so good at delivering. But here's where things get really interesting and a bit messy. Disney decided, in what they thought was a smart move, to cut over 70% of the amazing extra scenes from the Blu-ray and streaming releases. Imagine all those epic moments of Wolverine battling through world wars and Vietnam, scenes that fans would absolutely love, and now they're just gone, left on the cutting room floor. That's a whole bunch of action we're missing because someone at the top thought they were too intense.
We? Us? A team? The answer is yes. Shake on it.
Now, if you're a superfan and you know that there's this incredible footage of Wolverine perfectly filmed, but you can't see it because it's locked away in some Disney vault, it's like knowing there's a treasure chest in your backyard, but you're not allowed to dig it up. Pretty frustrating, right? All fans can do is hang in there and hope that heroes like Ryan keep standing up for what's right, making sure we get the movies we all deserve. Before the release of Deadpool 3, there was intense speculation and excitement about Brie Larson joining the cast as Warbird, a unique twist on her Captain Marvel character, Carol Danvers. Imagine Captain Marvel with a surprising new angle. Fans were buzzing about her expected collaboration with Deadpool and Wolverine, creating a dynamic team unlike any other.
Renegade soldier when I see one.
Never occurred to me that one might come from.
However, in a turn of events that surprised many, Brie Larson's Warbird did not appear in the final cut of Deadpool 3. Despite initial plans and even some filming, it seems that there were creative decisions that led to her scenes being removed from the movie. This decision sparked quite a bit of discussion among fans and insiders, wondering what the on-screen chemistry between Warbird, Deadpool, and Wolverine might have looked like and how it would have impacted the story. Why were her scenes cut, you ask? Well, there was some really over-the-top dialogue that didn't quite fit. Imagine her telling Deadpool that she's the strongest Avenger ever, no matter the reality. And when Wolverine, who's just a bit confused by all this multiverse talk, asks who she is, she teases him by calling him an untrained puppy. That's a lot to take in, right? All this mix-up was happening because the movie needed to keep moving fast, especially towards the end, and some of her lines were just slowing things down. But Brie thought the scenes were cut for another reason. She felt it was because some fans weren't too happy about her role. It's shaping up to be quite the adventure with Deadpool, Wolverine, and now Warbird. What will happen next? We'll just have to watch and see how these superpowered debates turn out. So just when you thought the drama couldn't get any thicker, there's more stirring in the pot. The writers had to quickly come up with some lines right on the spot. Ryan Reynolds and the director Sean Levy really stepped up to make sure only the best bits made it into the movie. They didn't want any last-minute thrown-together dialogue messing up their hard work. Now, why did Disney decide to cut out some really cool Wolverine action scenes? Well, Bob Iger, the big boss at Disney, thought they were just too rough and tough. Remember, Wolverine isn't exactly the type to sit quietly in the corner. He's all about action. But Bob was looking to save some money, and cutting back on action scenes was part of his plan. It's like when you think you're getting a huge bucket of popcorn, but it turns out to be half full. Totally disappointing, right? But Ryan Reynolds wasn't just going to watch from the sidelines. He got right into the action, negotiating like a superhero. He managed to argue his way into cutting some scenes that included She-Hulk and Captain Marvel from the final movie. Maybe he thought those scenes weren't quite right or wanted to keep the movie focused and sharp. Disney, on their end, wasn't too happy just going along with everything. They pushed back pretty hard against these changes. It was like a tug of war with Ryan pulling on one side and Disney on the other, each trying to get their way. It's all part of the huge adventure that goes into making a movie, filled with ups and downs and lots of drama.
Well, we travel to a vapid dreamland, a place where grown men and grown women walk around in tights and act like it's not a giant cultural cry for help. This is cinema.
So, Disney really tightened their grip on the very scenes that Ryan Reynolds cared most about. It turned into a bit of a tit-for-tat situation, with some of your favorite movie scenes getting caught in the middle of a big tug of war. Imagine how tough that must be. With all this back and forth, you can bet it's been really stressful. Ryan Reynolds and director Sean Levy are feeling the pressure from Disney. They're standing at a crossroads, wondering if working on future projects under Disney's big banner is even worth the headaches. Imagine putting your heart and soul into a movie only to have to fight to make sure it turns out the way you envisioned it. It's like having to prove yourself over and over again, even after you've shown everyone just how awesome you can be. Now, let's talk about how well the movie did. Deadpool and Wolverine didn't just do well, it was a massive hit, pulling in an incredible $1.2 billion all around the world. With that kind of money, you'd think Disney would be totally on board with whatever Ryan and Sean wanted to do next. But strangely, the success only made things trickier. Ryan feels really let down. Here he is helping Disney fill theaters and boost their earnings, and yet he's still struggling for creative control. It's like being the star player of your team, but still having to sit on the bench during the big games. Now, what do you all think about this? Can Ryan and Disney smooth things over, or is it just the start of a bigger change in how Marvel movies are made? Should creative vision be more important than corporate strategies, especially when there are billions of dollars involved? Let us know what you think in the comments. We're really eager to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.